Dear Diary. So right now it's the 10th of September, Tuesday. It's 12:40 a.m. and it's 28 degrees outside. Yeah, I know what it would be feeling like. It is probably like a pretty pathetic daily update. But in all honesty, I mean, was the abundance in you know, the minusculity of how many people I can talk to during the day and whatsoever. Comes pretty much as no surprise that I gotta be doing this. Because after all, YouTube is practically my therapist place. You know, even if it goes to the point where I'm just talking to a brick wall. So, eventually woke up in progress with my day and made a voice patch for a Mugen character. And eventually been just fucking around and it's pretty much the same old days. Just trying to recover, just trying to feel better, just trying to distract myself, and hopefully an idea would be inspiring inside my ass to make me feel good. I even got the AVGN 1 and 2 deluxe game on my PC. And, well, it is as nerdy as it can ever get. Especially when you literally find the future nerd and literally saying they polished this turd and made a remaster out of it in a collection. This isn't even the original game. And the normal nerd is like, what the fuck? Man, I love AVGN. And, well, they certainly did polish it, because according to the video about the AVGN games, the original game was full of shit. Real massive bullshit. And unlocking the characters is pretty much, well, a bit pain in the ass, because you wouldn't know what the fuck to do or where the fuck you would go unless you look up on the internet. But that's not really our main topic. Long story short, my day has progressed pretty smoothly, although at some point at like 8 or 9 p.m. I literally found myself not being able to open up my eye. I found myself taking a nap for at least the entire hour. Until I was, well, shockingly woke up by some weird nightmare. Not the best way to wake up, but it is how it is. Almost like as if I felt pretty sleepy, thanks to all the staying ups that I've been doing like an idiot. The power was cut this afternoon, which honestly isn't that surprising. Let's just hope that it doesn't ever happen again, especially at fucking 4 a.m. As for how I'm dealing with all this, like I said, I've been trying my best to distract myself and try as much things as I can to make me feel good. And, well, believe it or not, there was some slight improvement. But then, well, once there is an improvement, there's always gotta be something that goes back in and turns you back into that state of doubt and fear. Cause you know how it goes. 4 years of college away from my parents, money getting sent from far away, and long distance calls. And sometimes I'll be going outside with my sister, or going outside by myself, or going outside with my uncle himself. Who the hell knows? You know, I I honestly can't understand how in the fuck did I accept this kind of thing. Like seriously, might as well have just accepted the most easiest but probably the stupidest choice, which isn't, well, any less regretful than that, which was basically to stick into my shitty university and shitty major while being able to live with my family. Just study for pretty much the entire year at Saudi Arabia. And when the time of the exams come, I would just fly over to Egypt and spend my time out there. The exams would be finished, flying back to Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And honestly, I gotta admit, I didn't really know what kind of. Didn't really know if I would literally want to risk that much just for English. I mean, lots of stuff have already been done about that, you know. I'm almost like 100% applying to the new university. Did the test, I passed for it, paid some fees, and it's gonna be only like a few minutes or something before, well, I mean, few days or something before I'm getting for the registration process is complete, and all I gotta do is just prepare my ass for the time that college begins. But am I really ready for that? Am I actually up for any of all that? And well, to answer my own question, absolutely not. Because, let's be real, I might have fucked it up with this because I don't even know what the hell to do. I don't even know what the hell to do about it. Aside of, well, pretty much losing my mind. I don't know. But like the major things that is haunting and gripping in me for like a long time is the fact that I'm going through the college year literally without my parents this time. Like, I know I have lots of shit, there's lots of shit between me and them that happened in the past, and probably lots of stupid stuff that make me want to leave them. But since that I'm old, and since that I have been knowing a lot of shit, and well, realistic stuff and stuff's been coming to me more often, I literally, like, I literally just realized I really cannot progress in these college years without my parents. And the worst thing is, they cannot do anything about it. They cannot actually make a compromise with this shit, you know? Like literally. Like they have to stay at Saudi Arabia because my other brother out there is literally having his school over there. But I fucking didn't have my college there. Like, you know, if I've got my college on there in Saudi Arabia, well, that would have been nice. That would have been much nice and would have, you know, cleaned away all the godforsaken shit that I've been going through. But this is beyond reasonable. And just for fucking English department that is literally stronger than what I have ever used to take back at school or even the English courses. Like, holy shit. Could have just settled down for that shitty history major. It's not glamorous, it's not great, it's not my desired major, but could have just settled for that and been with my parents instead of literally being technically alone. Like, I know money is going to be sent to me by my parents and whatsoever, and there are going to be distance calls. But is that all I'm going to be getting? Just long distance call, money getting from far away, and the only time I can see my family is at the fucking holidays? The short and the slightly longer ones? No. Literally no. Look, it may sound that I'm still getting spoiled or still a child at heart, which is pretty much the whole truth. But think about it. How do you go through college without your parents? I know that there are some people out there who have been literally going through pretty much high school and college without almost the help of anyone but themselves, and they made it well. But in my case, living alone was only one person of my family. It's just, it doesn't seem right. You know, it doesn't seem right. Like, the positive points are, it's gonna be in our house in here, and it's gonna be, well, there's gonna be a university that is not so far, and money, like I said, money's gonna be sent from our parents. And my uncle, well, technically he's much open, but, and there are gonna be long distance calls and everything, but, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't look right, and what really brings me the most frustration and anxiety and worry is that all of this is going to be literally a sample of how much I'm not ready to experience what is literally close to be fucking, you know, independence and loneliness in real life. I know that it's something that is going to be eventually done when I'm done with my college and maybe get done with my 1-year army and whatsoever. But then, that's way too big for a movement. A way bigger movement than literally living in Saudi Arabia. Like, probably the biggest movement that has ever happened in my life. Well, I know know that I've had some shitty stuff to choose from before that aren't, well, any less frustrating or shittier than this, but that was pretty much the easiest but probably the stupidest choice, which was to literally stay at my shitty major and my shitty university and just be with my family and, well, continue my life. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know that it's already been progress and I chose it, but I don't get it. I still don't get it. Which leads us to another question. Did I really make the right choice? Probably not. Did I fuck up my life? Pretty much. Like, the positive points are, I'm gonna be away from my parents. I'm gonna be away from some stupid shenanigans. And it's gonna be at the house that I know and lived in. But then that's where the good points would end. And I know it's going to be at my majors that I've always desired. But is this really what I wanted? Did I really make the right choice? Did I really, I don't know. Did I really make the right choice or fucked up my life? Was that really what I wanted? I know I wanted to get into a major that I've always wanted back then from high school and all, but not this way. Not into paying thousands of pounds and literally moving from a country that we were supposed to be living in and completely isolating from my family for 4 years. 4 years that aren't gonna be any easier from any of the years, or it wouldn't be any easier, and it's probably gonna be even more shittier than being in the goddamn mental hospital, which is the absolute source of, of some of how I feel right now. Man. Back then when I was at high school, my younger self would have been very delighted to hear that news. And as a matter of fact, if this happened earlier, but at the conventional way, then I would have been more than ready to tackle through, even with the technical loneliness and money getting sent and whatsoever. There would have still been I would have been ready, because I was an idiot. I guess when you know things and when you get visions and get more knowledge of what's happening in your life and reality, it becomes much more harder to adapt to things. guess that's what it is. But honestly, I guess, well, maybe on another note, that experience would be a positive one, making me feel more ready and would pretty much prepare me for what's going to be happening when I actually decide to be independent and live in a house of my own with a life of my own. And perhaps it will be a positive experience and a tiny bit pleasant on the side. Man, like seriously, education works itself in the most baffling ways that you could ever imagine. Well, honestly, I'm still not ready to tackle this kind of college year. There's one thing that I really regret not doing this year is literally going to a summer vacation. Like, literally, not going to a summer vacation. That is one thing that we all probably regret not doing earlier. But then again, with me getting dragged into fucking mental hospital, getting in there without anything to keep me occupied, except for probably the most questionable and probably the most almost zero efforted kind of PlayStation 3 that you could ever see. Yeah, instead of a PS4, it's a PS3 in there. Wow. Oh well. I just really hope that it comes to a good note. Just really hope that it comes to a good note, to a good ending, and that I would actually, be doing fine. But, yeah, on a light note, on a positive note, I've been enjoying a little bit of the AVGN Deluxe, and been, enjoying, I've been doing that little voice patch for CVS to Akuma. And I gotta say, it did manage to be quite decent. Hell, I've even been able to replace pretty much all the sound effects, from running, landing, jumping, rolling, meter fill, meter burn. Like, man, it is it was as good as it gets. And I might be doing it again in the next few days. Wish I could have showed it, but I'm gonna really need to be recommended some good recording softwares for a million. But until then, long story short, the questions that will be asked, are you feeling okay? Well, believe it or not, I was having this kind of doubt, but, well, question is that whether I'm okay or not. It is a little bit debatable. It is debatable. But for now, I'm getting, like, again, slightly better. Yeah. Like, it is debatable whether I'm doing fine or not. But as for now, I guess I'm doing slightly better. But the bottom line is I'm doing slightly better now. Although, whether or not I'm going to continue to feel better, that's debatable. But, yeah. Let's all hope that I can eventually get used to it and maybe enjoy it a little bit. In a much positive way, of course. Otherwise, like I've said, I'm gonna fucked up my entire life. Yeah. Like, let's just hope that this isn't gonna be some the greatest shit. But, yeah. I guess I'm doing slightly okay. The rest of it is gonna be told by time. Oh well. And that's pretty much about it. If you're listening to this far, I deeply thank you. Until then, hopefully we can meet again in a much more positive note.